Guys, this is Dr. Reed. I'm just going to create a quick tutorial for Flipgrid just in case you haven't used the software before. So this tutorial is being filmed on a desktop and the mobile interface is a little bit different but not significantly. So what you guys are going to see here is our week 1 introductions post. I'm going to link you to a new Flipgrid post almost every week, and so they'll be labeled by the number of the weeks. A kind of prompt will be right here, and then you have kind of 2 buttons you can push to record a response. This is maybe the most satisfying button, this big round button. So I've just clicked record, and part of what you can see is it's starting to bring up kind of like a vague, like you can see me in the background there, and it tells you right here how long your video is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and click record in a second, and you can kind of see what the interface looks like, but I do want to show you a couple of things here. First and foremost, this options. Hi. This options lets you do a couple of things that I think are important. First, you can upload a clip. So I don't know about you guys, but I often like to record my videos before I upload them on Flipgrid. I'll record them either on my phone or on my laptop, and then I'll upload something I pre-recorded. I do this first because our Flipgrid videos are timed, and so you know that those videos are capped at 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Sometimes they'll be capped at 1 minute and 30 seconds. And so sometimes I have to record it a couple times to kind of really get the timing right. I also find that I don't love recording in my browser or on my mobile. I usually do mobile. But when I record on mobile, sometimes the app will crash or it will fail to upload, and then I lose anything I actually recorded live in the app. So if you have the option, I do really recommend checking the time limit, recording ahead of time, and then just uploading the clip once it's ready. There are a couple of circumstances in which you might really want to use the Flipgrid app. The mirror video is helpful if you're recording text, and I'm going to show you a scenario in which you might record text here in a second. Record screen is one of them. So sometimes you're going to want to create a Flipgrid where you're actually showing us some of your work and talking us through your work in the video. I will sometimes record Flipgrid videos or teaching videos looking at sample assignments for students or looking at something that is work for our class. And so when that's the case, if you want to record your screen, you can just choose record screen here, and it'll give you an option of how much of your screen you want to record. You're welcome to do that if you're recording work. I've had students do screen recordings before just over an image, like they just pull up an image that's really relevant and they kind of talk about that image or use that image as a backdrop for their Flipgrid video. The other case in which I do sometimes have students use screen recording is students who are not comfortable filming themselves. When that's the case, you can either do a screen recording and record content that's on your screen, or you can go in here to effects. And one of the things that you've got under effects is filters. I don't have a ton of experience using these effects. There might be, you might be able to upload a photo or something like that. I don't do it too often, but filters is helpful in a couple of circumstances. So if you want to just be like rainbow, look at this. I look amazing, and you too can look amazing with a rainbow filter. If you want to be like kind of, I guess this is an old-timey filter. I don't really know for sure, but I do kind of like it. It looks cool. Black and white is like same, less old-timey. This is perhaps the most old-timey. Sunset look. I don't know, guys. I like this blue one. But there are 2 options if you want to be recording just simple Flipgrid videos on your phone, but you don't necessarily want to record your face every day. Maybe some days you do, maybe some days you don't, up to you. There are 2 filters down here, bricks and pixels. This brick one essentially turns you into a Lego, which is awesome. And then this pixel one is going to pixelate you. So both of those effects are nice if it's like, you're just like not having a day where you want to be seen by your peers. That's completely fine. I really like this green one. So that is just like kind of a quick introduction to some of those options for Flipgrid. I suppose it's possible. I'm gonna make myself like really celebratory. Yeah, I suppose it's possible I could be the emoji during my Flipgrid video. At this point, I'm not even teaching anymore. I'm just experimenting. All right, so cool. Now I am the party emoji. I don't know, man. I think in some ways I actually like the pixels a little bit better, but I can keep this guy with me here. So that's just a very, very simple introduction to Flipgrid. Flipgrid is pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me and I can kind of talk you through it. But I am going to ask you guys to do a little bit of experimenting with it before you reach out and ask questions. I have had the experience before of having like 20 students ask me how to do Flipgrid and then immediately email me back 5 minutes later where they're like, never mind, I figured it out. So give yourself a few minutes, do some practicing with Flipgrid, and if you really do run into trouble, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna myself actually hop over to Flipgrid in a second and make an introduction video for you guys. So we'll see which filter I use for that. Yeah, great. All right, so welcome to Unit 200. Welcome to Flipgrid. This is how it's going to work. I'm very, very excited to get to know you guys. Bye.